April 1864 was a bloody month in Arkansas history. The Federals were led by General Nathan Banks doing their best to invade Texas. This part of Arkansas was full of battle-hardened Confederates, though, commanded by General Kirby Edmund Smith. On the morning of April 2nd, the battle began. The Confederates knew Steele would attempt to try to cross at Elkins Ferry over the Little Missouri River. General Marmaduke had learned the Federals had taken the road to the ferry and had ordered his men into position and prepared for battle. Steele continued heading out south and sent his men ahead to do reconnaissance at the ferry. While Marmaduke was riding hard to his battle, his men were heavily engaged with the 1st Iowa Cavalry. Confederate General Shelby arrived with his cavalry force. They crashed into the rear of Steele's army and wreaking havoc on the Federals. The Confederates were attacking from the front and the rear, and the Federals were stalled. The Federals began setting fires to the woods. Shelby wrote,
"They were firing the dry woods at every position, causing my lines to frequently encounter and pass through intolerable heat and dust."
Both sides then engaged in artillery. It was hard fighting. Shelby said that the Yankees seemed eager as bloodhounds, never halted or retired into the hottest of fire. Robert T. McMahon of the 25th Indiana would later recall what he had witnessed.
The rebels under General Marmaduke attacked the rear, which was guarded by General Samuel Rice. For the next 6 hours, Marmaduke's men made several runs at the front and rear, but were repulsed. The last charge was made against the 29th Iowa, but the line held.
Both armies spent a sleepless night on the battlefield, knowing that they would begin anew at daybreak. The next morning, as the battle commenced, a powerful thunderstorm came through, with hail and rain pelting the men. The Confederates tried to bottleneck the Federals to prevent them from crossing the river, and the fighting was fierce, but the Federal line refused to break. Another artillery duel broke out and the Confederates charged, many firing revolvers with deadly accuracy into the equally deadly musket fire from the Federal lines. The Confederates were pushed back, and the battle was over. Casualty numbers are spotty. A conservative estimate of 100 or so men died here. The men were buried in unmarked graves on the southern side of the river. Sadly, to this day, their bodies have never been found. Hey guys, thanks again for checking out the video. I got some exciting content coming up the next couple weeks, going on a trip in a couple weeks. Stay tuned, and as always, I appreciate you, and we'll see you on the next one.